This nigga. What's going on? It's your dog Art Man the Great, and we're back with another boxing conversation. What's going on, family? What the fuck is going on, family? Let me send this link out, let everybody know we're on here live. Yeah, it's just getting real out here, man. PBC, they dropped the fight announcement. Tim Tszyu versus Keith One Time Thurman. Man, oh man, that is going to be a decent scrap right there. Definitely is. Only thing I'm complaining about is the price on that thing. That's literally the only thing I'm complaining about is the price. That's it. So what's up, Art Man? What's up to you, man? What's up to you? I'm just in the crib kicking it, doing what I gotta do as a father. Put the baby to sleep, so I'm about to talk some boxing with the family real quick. Real shit. But Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. My thoughts on that is that we haven't seen Keith Thurman in a minute, man. Long layoffs is like boxers' kryptonite at this point. Real shit. It's like boxers' kryptonite at this point. Them long layoffs, man. Fuck them layoffs. Man, real shit. I don't like that. Like, why are fighters doing this, waiting to get big fight announcements instead of like taking like little small card fights? And that's the crazy part too. It's like, dog, you don't even have to fight for a crazy bag every time around. You could fight for like a smooth 100K, 200K, or 50K if it's available to fight these small time guys for real. Nigga, take that shit to the bar with it if y'all taking if it's that serious. They bro, in every major really city, there's always like some type of little card going on in the city where guys is fighting on bars for fucking $600. Some if you have to do that to stay active, go ahead and do that shit, man. Real shit, because you have to stay active in the sport. You definitely do, man. Even as an artist, when I take certain breaks, like a month break or couple week break, I be feeling like, man, certain things that I'm already used to doing, I have to basically get back into the swing of things. I have to go back and you know remember certain techniques that I do with my pen and all that shit. So me being an artist, if I know I can get rusty, imagine a physical combat sport like boxing. If you're rusty in the game, nigga, you're gonna get your ass knocked the fuck out if you against the right person. Seriously. So are you going to the counter Ben fight? Nigga, hell no. What? Hell no. Fuck counter Ben. Hell no. So is anyone going to complain about how old Keith is or the fact that Tim is an email champion? No. Hell no. Hell no, they ain't gonna do shit, man. Hell no. Hell no. And my thing is, we already know the standards. Certain standards don't apply for certain fighters. Like Tim Tszyu, he gets his belt via email, and nobody's saying, "Oh, that's an email champion. That's your elbow champion." Nah, he said, "Has Keith been on what? Hi, Aya Huska? I don't know what the fuck that is. Matter of fact, I do. I think I know what you're talking about. Um, hell no, I don't know. I really don't know. He been playing the flute and shit. That's what he's been doing. So I don't know. You gotta speak to him about that shit. But a lot of people count him out because they feel like he's been inactive for way too long, which is true. He's been inactive for a very long time. The last fight he had was Barrios, and Barrios just fought motherfucking what's that guy name? Yugas. So it's like, nah, you got to be in there fighting somebody. But a lot of people believe that, okay, well, you know, one time, since he hasn't fought in a long time, he's just going to get washed. And I don't think it's going to be like that. One thing about Keith Thurman is he's not going to lose a fight by give. He's not going to give you a fight. You're going to have to earn that W against him. He's not just going to fall out and just let fucking Tim beat him without doing something. That's what I think. He's not just going to let Tim Tszyu just walk through him. He's going to have to. He's going to fight his ass. He's going to fight him hard. He's going to fight him hard. I don't see. There's no quitting Keith Thurman. He's been hit with some great body shots, but he has yet to just say, you know what, I'm quitting. I quit. This is too much for me. But there's a first time for everything. Said the South American retreat thing. Oh, I really don't know. That's, I only smoke smoke weed. I don't mess with any of those hallucinating drugs and all that shit. Said, how's Tim an email champ but Ennis is not? I never said that. I ain't never said that at all. I ain't never said that Boots is not considered an email champ. I hate that we even have to bring this shit up because in my opinion, if you if you don't if the champion doesn't fight you and the belt is vacated and you're next in line that gave you the belt, I don't consider you an email champ. That's just the fans that like throwing that email champ shit out. Because at the end of the day, the champion, for whatever reason, the champion chose not to fight you, so he therefore forfeited the belt to you. So I don't consider that a email champion at all, especially if you're going to defend. Here's the thing: when it comes to boxing, man, a lot of people feel like it's hard becoming a champion. Nah, it's not hard becoming a champion. It's hard staying a champion. It really is, and that's why I feel like you can't really call people email champion if they're going to defend those belts. That's how I feel. Says Tim Tszyu a draw in USA? Hell no. Look, I was actually at the very first Tim Tszyu America fight. That was right here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I'm at. Um, Tim, he came out here. First of all, everybody, the announcers and everybody was letting it be known he's from Australia. So everybody in the crowd was like, "Dude, what the fuck? We don't give a fuck. USA, USA over here." And I'm not gonna lie, I was leading the chant with that shit, especially with when Goucher knocked down Tim Tszyu. I started chanting USA, and everybody was rooting against him, and that's how I was. And then a lot of people, and I was trying to explain to my dude who he commented on the live, basically saying that I was just assuming when it comes to Tim Tszyu or Terrell Gaucher, basically um, letting off the gas versus Tim. Man, I honestly feel like Tim Tszyu is a good fighter. He is, but he lacks certain things that certain fighters can capitalize off of. Like Gaucher, he went in there, hit him with a straight right, and sent him down. I'm like, dude, and Gaucher's not even known for having power like that. So imagine him fight a one-time Thurman and he's fresh and he's not out here looking bad. You never know. He might sit him down a couple times. Keith Thurman can crack. He definitely can crack. So I actually feel for Tim and Charlo probably isn't coming back after that wife shit. Yeah. And to be honest, man, Charlo, he kind of disappointed me, dude. If there's anything, he should have just retired after that Castano fight and called it the fucking day if he's gonna be out here looking like a damn fool afterwards. You said this is the second senior citizen Tim is fighting. First Harrison, now Thurman, and that's true. And I wouldn't say senior citizen, but I would say he definitely fighting guys at the back end of their career. Definitely, definitely, definitely. But that's nothing to take away from him. It is because there's not too many prime 154 guys that's really calling him out that I've seen. So It's not really up to him. It's not his fault, to be honest. Said Tim lacks defense. He definitely does. He definitely does. And I honestly believe that Tim is actually taking this fight because he knows that Keith Thurman is rusty. Said, I love how Charlo and I feel for him, but no one's gonna co-sign that shit. Hope he gets help. Yeah, a lot of boxers go through some shit, man. They definitely do mentally. Said if Devin did it, they would be seniors. I know. Devin is getting that Floyd level type of hate. As much as folks hate to compare the two, he is getting that type of hate. He definitely is. Said, did I hear Lubin duck Tim? Nah, Tim. Lubin said that they was trying to work some shit out, but I guess it didn't go as planned, or he didn't get contacted by them, so it's all cap. Who really knows? I don't think that Lubin would duck Tim. Hell no. Hell no. Lubin, he want all the fucking smoke. He fought Charlo while he was green. Nah, he's not ducking no smoke. Hell no. I don't think he's ducking no smoke. Yeah, I don't think he's ducking no smoke at all. So you think Lubin would KO him? I don't know about KO, but I think Lubin could expose him more than he's been exposed. And I'm not necessarily picking Lubin to win that fight, but I feel like he would expose him, hurt him. Lubin can crack and he can box. The only thing that is questionable is his chin and durability at this point in his career. A lot of folks felt that he was going to lose to Ramos, and guess what happened? He went in there and beat Ramos, even though people feel like it was controversial or whatever. Yeah. First said he ain't losing to a man who wears earrings. Man, what is Fury talking about? Fury kissed other men. What is he talking about? Man, fuck Fury. Fury's the biggest cheater in modern boxing, man. I hope they go in there and both knock each other the fuck out. We said, okay. But yeah, I was at the Tim Tszyu versus Goucher fight, man. And I've seen him get dropped. So I'm like, this is the guy that y'all hyping up. Y'all swear Devin ain't the guy. He's not legit. But guys like Tim Tszyu getting dropped, and y'all still say, oh, well, he has power. So never mind that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. With Tim Tszyu, he kind of like wears his opponents out because they just, they kind of like when they box them, they throw a couple jabs out, and then they do too much movement, and they gas out, and then he just puts the pressure on them. A lot of people they celebrate Tim Tszyu's his patience now that he's able to kind of like not swing all wild or whatever when he sees a guy hurts. He's kind of like he's stalking his prey and he's getting them out of there, which is something that's really good. But it's going to be different when he's fighting guys that's counter punchers, guys who have power, and guys that have a good boxing IQ. This Keith Thurman fight, it really is a test because I wouldn't be quick to throw Keith Thurman out. I really won't, because Keith Thurman can crack. He definitely can crack. And you know what I think is going to be funny? I feel like I feel like when it comes to Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman, I feel like Tim Tszyu is going to go in there thinking, "Oh, all I got to do is just work the body." I feel like he's going to get caught with a fucking right hook or one of Keith Thurman's little corkscrew uppercuts coming in the inside, thinking that he's just going to touch his body up. Tim Tszyu does not have the best defense. I want to see what Keith Thurman power is looking like. And I know a lot of folks like to say, well, the Barrios fight, he didn't stop Barrios. Man, there's a reason why Barrios requested bigger gloves because Keith Thurman was going to knock his ass out. He still hurt his ass with those bigger gloves in that fight. The only thing about that fight is that his signs of being, rusty showed towards the middle of the fight. But Keith Thurman still finished strong. He still finished strong. So yeah, So I think the hate has helped Devin. All the greats have lots of haters make victory much better. Yeah, and that's what. But what I don't like, man. These guys, man, they're so full of. They try to say, "Oh, Haney lost to fucking Lomachenko." No, the fuck he didn't, man. I watched that fight 7 times, dude. 5 times without the commentary. You know why? Because commentary is really biased, and the crowd is very biased as well. Very, very misleading. A lot of good work that Haney put in that fight got unnoticed by the commentary and crowd. But I'm glad the right people seen it, which was the judges, all 3 judges. Devin Haney's effective body work, his counters, left hand and right hand, and the straight right hand won him that goddamn fight. Definitely. Said, what if Tim Tszyu and Thurman just the co-main to tank comeback fight and Mike Cometro's wrong like always? I don't know. I don't know really. But you see who was wrong? Ellie Setback. Ellie Setback. He tried to say that people were wrong and capping about Ryan Garcia versus, or not Ryan, but Isaac Cruz versus Rowley. And Isaac Cruz, his promoter came out and said, dude, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You got the fake news. My fighter is fighting motherfucking my fighter is fighting Rolly. I don't know what you're talking about. Made that man delete his tweet. Shit crazy, right? Everybody's trying to be a boxing insider. Just stick to what you do. Do you agree boxing is better now His Excellency is running it? He's not running boxing. A handful of fights doesn't mean you're running boxing. Not at all. Until they put up an event like Mayweather versus fucking Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, then he's not running boxing at all. And if you want to talk about recent years, Tank versus Ryan Garcia, Wilder versus Fury, if you're not putting up those type of numbers, then I'm not trying to hear that, oh, you're running boxing because you have a handful of fights and you're throwing money out to these guys. Said Barrios almost got stopped multiple times by Thurman. Barrios would wound up being better than I thought. He spanked Yugas. That was crazy. Haney body shots prevented Loma from taking chances. Exactly. Everything that you stated was damn near facts, man. Facts, man. Because I'm over here rewatching the fight right now. Keith Thurman versus Barrios. And Barrios looked good at 147. Yeah, but I know Keith Thurman after that long layoff, he's not trying to make 147, especially in March, the end of March. What day is it now? Is it January 25th? He basically got like a month and a half of some solid work, 2 months. Yeah, he can get some. I don't know. He can get some that weight down, and as long as it's not a fat camp. I don't know, but Keith Thurman, he when he comes into the fight, he definitely looks in shape, great shape. He doesn't have any stamina problems or anything like that. The only thing is when he touches that body, and it makes me think too. Maybe the reason Yeah, my bad. Said Bart, y'all some PBC cheerleaders. Dude, I don't give a fuck about no damn PBC. I really don't give a fuck about PBC. PBC ain't never wrote me a motherfucking check ever. I ain't never had no media credentials at PBC or none of that type of shit. I don't give a fuck about PBC. My favorite fighter fighting on the zone right now. What the fuck? And then my other favorite fighter, his ass just came from fighting on motherfucking in Saudi on his own. Say you changed your tune, art man. We used to be a big cheerleader. Nah, I just like the fight. I like good fights, and the good fights just happen to be on PBC. The fuck? Yeah, but yeah, Barrios, he requested bigger gloves against Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman was like, "Man, what's up with this shit, dude? I thought we agreed to. I think it was like 8 ounces or something like that. Saying how we agreed to certain glove size." And Mario Barrios was like, "Man, nah." His team was like, basically, "Nah, they want bigger gloves," which is understandable because Keith Thurman can crack. I don't care what these guys are saying on Twitter and shit like that, trying to clown Keith Thurman, make it seem like he's not, that type of guy. I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker can crack. If there's one thing about Keith Thurman, he can crack. He may not be sleeping dudes and all that shit. He may not be sleeping dudes, but he can crack. Oh yeah, and then we just got some breaking news too. Breaking news on Artman channel. It says that Tim Zoo will be fighting Keith Thurman in a 155 catch weight. Yeah, it's gonna be great. But I gotta get up out of here. I gotta tend to my baby girl. I'm gonna holler at you guys. We're gonna go live again, probably again later on tonight. Artman the Great, artmanapparel.com.